I'll take you street walking. I'm gonna take you street walking here in Philadelphia in the middle of the street. Hopefully I won't get run over by a car, but if I do, please somebody go in. Get some help. As you see, it's been snowing about an inch a minute. This is a residential neighborhood here in West Philly. This will be a good day to make money shoveling. If you want to shovel someone's driveway or car, it'll be a good day to make some money. You can easily make about $500 on a day like today. And we're just going walking for a while, see what we can get into, see what we can find as we're walking here in the middle of the street, here in an area of Philadelphia that's known as West Philadelphia. University City, to be more specific. And it must be about, I'd say, 25 degrees, but it's snowing and it's kind of windy, so it might be a little more chillier than that. Anytime that you can work yourself to get up and to get outside, it's a good day. You don't know how long you will have left, so let's not take any day for granted. As you see, not many people out, but those people who are out are either going somewhere by car, as they usually do, but you have to realize that just getting outside can make you have a better mood. As you see some parent with their child on the sled. That's beautiful to see. And here you see a car approaching. Hopefully there's no cars behind me. No. Most of the cars that are out at this time have a pretty good set of snow tires. How you doing? And as you see, we haven't run into many cars that are stuck out in traffic. That's because when it snows like it is now, about an inch a minute, most people decide to stay inside. They'll go out and do some groceries, warm up their Netflix, and stay inside. And they'll come out when the snow melts. If you come from another city, that might be strange for you. A city like New York, where nothing closes no matter what. So let's walk here. Maybe we should see a woman laying salt out for her business, waiting for the ice to melt. Headed down. This will be a nice hill to let down up. It's not super cold, but I'm keeping my mask on. And then about another 2 or 3, I don't. Most people here in Philly wear Eagles gear, no matter what. They'll wear it for an interview. They'll wear it for their wedding. They'll wear it for their funeral. They'll wear it whenever possible, just to fit in. Don't you hate it when you walk in and then there's always someone speaking loud next to you? Well, today that will be me walking in the snow. Yeah. I've noticed that when it's snowing, when they have inclement weather here in Philly, people tend to drive a little bit more carefully. Not too much with rain, but definitely with the snow. You want to do a panoramic view. Sometimes it's good to look back from where you came from to get ahead, so you know exactly where you're going, or at least have a better picture. It's not always necessary to know exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's good to just have a good picture of where you want to walk, in what direction. There's some delis over here. It's very windy. Am I cold? Yes. Do I feel that I need to get outside and breathe in actual air without a mask? Yes. As we're passing a CVS that's open 24 hours, as we're headed past the laundromat, I can smell the fabric softener and dryer sheets. Ugh. Now let's keep walking here as we pass by the Penn Alexander School that is very competitive to get into. They say they do it by lottery, but who knows how that works. But I hear it's a nice school. It's definitely a nice campus. That's my light. That's my light. That's my light. Here. Here's a lady with a nice bag, and a dog. That is the uniform of many people in Philly. You have to have a dog with you, especially if you're in West Philly. And here is what you will call a high-rise building. It has about 8 floors. That's as high as many of the buildings we'll get here in Philadelphia. Penn Alexander School on this side. And there's a car coming up from behind me. Maybe I'll move, maybe he'll move. He'll play chicken. I'll probably move, but I'll see when he gets closer. Yeah, I'll probably move. I should move. See this car? He probably doesn't have snow tires. That's why he's driving so slowly. There's another car coming up from behind. Give him the right of way. Thank you. As he's passing. It's funny, he's driving alone in the car with a mask on. That's becoming another staple here. So since I don't know if he has snow tires or not, I'll move out of the way. It's always important to get out as a man, as a person. I remember my grandfather always going out, even if there was a hurricane in the forecast, he always had to get out in preparation for a battle that may not come or a battle that will come. It's always important to get out, even if just for 10 minutes. That's enough. Sometimes the thought of not being able to do something grand will be enough to paralyze you. So you might want to do things that are small to encourage the bigger things to come along. For example, right now, at the pace at which I'm going, I walked about 6 blocks already, but it doesn't feel that way because my mind is engaged in what I'm doing as well as delivering this message. Here you see an older man on the other side of the street getting his laps in. Doesn't matter how old you are, you start where you are. And another panoramic view here in the middle of the street by the Penn Alexander School. And let's keep walking. And my steps are long just so I can get the full workout. I don't want to take small steps. I'm not walking hurriedly, but I'm walking fast enough to maintain a steady and fast heart rate. Here you have some people shoveling. Here you are. Doing a good job. Like I said, it's a good day to make that money. They're doing a good job shoveling. Most of these buildings have been bought out by University City. Meaning, when I say University City, I mean this area is surrounded by a lot of the major universities like UPenn, like Drexel, like the University of the Sciences, like Lincoln Technical School and a lot of universities like that. So we're gonna make a right here, and as we continue on our trek here, you see some of the road marks from the cars. That's not poo on the floor, that's just from the tires and their traction. Here we see a car angled badly, and we're gonna keep going. This is what, Irving Street. We'll just keep going here, and as you see, many of the students are inside because of the weather. And over here you see a truck that has all-wheel drive, but you see the blades on the windshield. You see the blades on the windshield are up, so they will not get stuck under the weight of the snow. And again, this is a mask-free operation. I have no mask on. I'm breathing in all this beautiful cold air. Carbon fibers will protect me. Here we're going on Spruce Street. This is West Philadelphia, getting outside, outdoor living. No need for a car. I want to see everything. I want to take in everything. These are the trolley tracks. And if you don't know, they're very slippery. So you might want to be careful if you're walking on them and it's wet. Just be very careful. Forget about snow shoes. Forget about snow tires. It will be slippery if you do step on wet tracks. That I can assure you. So I moved over to the right because I can see. It's always good to pay attention to the cars that are passing or are going to pass behind you. Always keep your head moving. It's something that is instinctual coming from New York City. But just don't assume that people are going to be looking out for you because you're supposed to have the right of way of as a human. Just keep your head moving. Keep alert. It's your best tool against any possible attack or robbery from your person. See, a lot of the houses here in West Philly look like that, especially in University City. These are some of the better kept houses because this is University City. Before it was just known as West Philadelphia, but now as a marketing ploy to students and to visitors, it's called University City, like Manhattanville or Morningside Heights was just Harlem before it actually became Morningside Heights or Hamilton Heights or any of those names that you give places when you want to market. And we'll keep going here. As you see, some of the nicer places live here, but some of the nicest places to rent are around here, and it's well taken care of. But what you're paying here will be way too much for the actual place that you're actually going to be renting. So for a small studio, you might be paying $1,200 just because it might be in an area that's considered safer for business or for walking. The walking score is higher, so you'll be paying more. I did it for a little while. No thank you. Get to know the people, buy a dog. It's a green light. Let's see if we can make it walk a little faster. There's another trolley track right in front of us. And as a pedestrian, you want to keep walking with the flow of traffic. If you see the cars faster than you are, you might want to stop. There's just some rules they don't teach you when you're walking in a city. Yeah, I used to live around this area. Not anymore. Not a bad area, but again, what you're paying for is not going to be a lot of what you're not going to get a lot for what you're paying for. So, I'm going to keep walking. It's not a day to be necessarily drive in. And it's not necessarily a day you want to be riding your bike because you're going to be sliding. And I'm still at about 30, I would say. My pace is about 30. My heart rate is up, burn some calories. Later on when I get home, I get some breakfast. I still haven't eaten much, but it gives me time to think about other things. So here we're gonna cross. Here's a 13 trolley. It's about to pass us. Maybe I'll just shoot it as it passes by. There it is. It's a beautiful trolley. There it is. As you see, it's completely empty. That's because many people, like I said, in Philly, they don't get out on days like this. Maybe I should go to, maybe I'll do that. Let's do that. How about I do that? Let's cross the street here. There's a nice cemetery over here that might be interesting on a day like this. So I walked about, I would say, about 15 blocks in the time that I've been on. So you can get your exercise in, and you can get the most out of a day like this. This is where the 36 trolley will come down. This is the University of the Sciences to my right, and this is Woodland Cemetery over here. Here it is. Let's turn around. Let's take a look. This is what is known as Chester Avenue. Here you see some footsteps. Sometimes it's easier to walk where other people have already laid a path for you. Sometimes reinventing the wheel will seem fruitless, even unnecessary. Sometimes you want to walk in other people's footsteps, or sometimes you want to make your own. What do you say? Let's try making our own. Okay, let's go back to other people's footsteps. All right, let's make our own. Okay, let's go back to other people's footsteps. Here's the trolley again passing. There's another one. 2 trolleys passing tonight. If someone falls in the middle of the snow and nobody hears it, doesn't make a sound, let's find out. Let's hit somebody in the face. Nah, we won't do that. We'll just keep going. This is 40th Street Portal coming up. It's like saying Grand Central Station in West Philly right there. And you'll see that a lot of trains will stop there just to make a connection. That's a transfer point for a lot of this. Good morning. And you see, that's polite. People are very polite here in Philadelphia. It usually starts with you. It doesn't matter if people are polite. You can start, and energy will usually match energy. There it is, 40th Street Portal. All those connecting lines here, the branches. I see people with ski shoes. Some people just hiking, doing whatever they need to do to keep their minds right. Good morning. And I am here with them. Oh, it's closed. So it's closed. We won't be going there. Let's cross the street here. Do we have time? Yeah. So that's Woodland Cemetery and it's closed. Amazing. They probably think that everyone else is in bed. Why should we get up? Let's try to cross here. These tracks can be very slippery if it's snowing like it is today. Hey, sometimes you have a goal and you won't reach it. But is that going to stop you? That's up to you. If I tell everybody that they're going to make it to their goal, it might sound disingenuous. I don't know how far you want to take it. This is 40th Street Portal. Let's go towards Baltimore Avenue. Sometimes you have to follow other tracks or get on another road. As you see, that was Woodland Cemetery right there. It was closed. I was gonna show you all around the snow and everything you thought was gonna happen. It did not happen. Did that stop us? No. We're gonna keep going. And these tracks right here in front of you are not electrified. So Don't be worried about stepping on them. I would worry about slipping on them, like I said. I myself have slipped on them while riding a bike when I first came to this area. But guess what? It hasn't happened since. I've warned other people about it, and they themselves have fallen. But that's the way it is sometimes. Sometimes you learn by advice. Sometimes you learn by doing. You decide which type of learner you will be. Or do nothing. But life will show you what type of learner you are after some time. See people cleaning their cars. This road right here has not been salted. And that's fine too. Because sometimes the salt will mess up the inside of your cars, your shoes, as well as anything you might have at home if it's not washed off. Sometimes salt is your friend, sometimes it's your enemy. Sometimes you put it on food, it makes the food taste better. Sometimes you put it on food and it messes with your heart and your cells. I will try to sniff less because the last video I did, all I heard was myself sniffing from the cold air. Probably all those masks that they ask you to wear, right? So we're still in West Philadelphia. These are still student apartments, I guess. There's some fraternity signs up on some of these buildings. But I would have loved to have seen it years ago before it came quote unquote University City. For better or for worse, what was it? And let's go down through here. Still snowing pretty steadily. Must be about 30 degrees right now. Let's keep going. Keep going back. Let's keep going. As we pass New Age Realty, you'll see a lot of those signs here in Philadelphia. I'm not a big fan of how their apartments look. They just look small and overpriced and not people friendly. But then on the other side, if you make it too people friendly, you're going to end up losing money because people will not pay, or they might use it as a place where others won't want to live. That's just from experience. Take it as you will. This is one food place. Are they open? Nope, they're closed. They're closed because of the snow, but we're open. Let's keep going here. So we can go, so let's go. And yeah, the light was red, but you gotta keep going. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna wait until the light changes your color? Or are you gonna go? How much practice? Cross the street practice do you need? The zoning notice. There's gonna be something new here, I know. And quickly they'll realize customers are not coming and they're going to go out of business. You see a lot of bongs here. There's one way to keep the population under control. Here you have bongs everywhere. Bluntville, they call it. Bluntville. Well, it is University City. That's what a lot of young people think they have to do when they go to college. Let their mind go because they've been stressed out so much from their parents, from studying, and distracted from real life, whatever that is, huh? Whatever that is. And this place has been under construction for a while. Kind of looks like the video Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen. Nothing is finished, everything is under repair. Let's keep going. We're approaching Clark Park. This used to be a Civil War hospital way back in the day, during the Civil War. Now it's a place where moms and West Philly people in University City bring their dogs and chat with them and talk about whatever they talk about when they're with their dogs and their child. And I don't know. From Civil War Hospital to dog park. Here's Clarkville. He's turning. He's not looking. There he goes, right there. He's not looking. You see that? A lot of people drive drunk, but guess what? A lot of people walk drunk too. Sometimes that's worse. This is Clark Park. Yes, a good place to take people on your first date. And look at them and say, what do we have in common? What will we do? Were we meant to be? Or just a temporary thing? Either or. Usually on this side you'll see Amish people selling their goods. But they're not here today. Must be too snowy for them. They do come with cars. They don't come with horse and buggy. They do come with cars, and they sell their whoopie pies and their produce, but I guess not today. They're usually there until 3. This is Clark Park. Bear with me a second. I want to get my heart rate going up a little faster. Let's do this, huh? Let's do this. Let nothing stop you from your goal, whatever it may be. That's me. Where am I? Okay, there I am. All right. Oh, my hands are cold, but not terribly cold. I'm gonna bear with me here a second. See if we can turn this camera. See my beautiful face. All right. Do some push-ups. Oh, let's see. My wrist burn. My wrist burn. Oh. Kind of feels nice. 5, 6, 7. Count them out all the way down. 8, 9, 10. I'm not tired yet. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, that was good. That was good. You gotta keep going wherever you are. Can't let people or the weather stop you. Guess what? Weather has always been around us. Just give me a second while I throw my gloves on. Let's keep going. That's me. Who's that handsome fellow? So we just keep going here in West Philly. And as you see, I'm creating a new path. You can follow or you cannot. How you doing? And we're gonna keep going through here. Politeness is very important to me. At least start that way. We're tracking and making a new track. I'm wearing my boots are the brand Keen. Maybe you'll see them next time I stop. How many push-ups did I do? I did about 15. Feels good. Just get the body going, to get the blood going. Right behind me is the Horace Mann School for cerebral palsy. Let's do 10 more. Get my heart rate going. Let's do 10 more, shall we? I don't think I went all the way down. And the reason you might want to start is because as you get older, it's not going to be any easier. Just adjusting this camera here. Boy, it's windy. Okay. Wish I'm going to stop us. Is it going to stop us? I don't know. It might stop you. It won't stop me today. But if it will, you'll see that I gave it a good go. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Sit up this noise again. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. How funny would it be? How funny would it be if I'm doing push-ups in West Philly and someone just comes and snatches and takes the camera and runs away with it? I mean, it would fit the narrative, wouldn't it? Oh, you have to laugh, you know? Or cry. Or sometimes do both. But don't take it too serious. Let's go. As you see, dogs here, dogs there, dogs everywhere. Dogs love the snow. So do I. Let's try to cut through here. See if I can show you the sign. There are two kinds of people. There's some people who love to be outside during the snow, and there's some people who love to be inside watching Netflix. Here's the sign. It says Clark Park, Civil War Hospital. Here we are. Which kind of person are you? In the mornings, I prefer to be alone. And then at some point come around people and then go back. I need that balance, but if I would have to say, it would be probably 70-30, 60-40 more by myself than around people. But don't get it twisted. We do need people, and people do need us. Doesn't matter where you are. Even to survive, someone had to open that gas station right in front of us for these cars to get somewhere. So we need their presence in order to survive. But we tend to fool ourselves that, no, we don't need people, we could just order online. Well, guess what? You're still trusting people to bring it to you in a timely fashion to see how that goes. That's snowboarder. Okay, hello. And it's your family here. I love to see families doing their thing. The price of gas $3.65. All right, we had the right of way. Let's go. Love to see families going up here on Baltimore Avenue. The price of gas is really $3.65. Amazing. Who would have thought? Who would have thought in 2017 that in 2022 the price of gas would be $3.65? Amazing. Wow. No wonder everybody's inside. Wow. Could you imagine? I guess I didn't look at my last receipt. Here's the wind. Show you the wind. Gusts. That's walking to the abyss. African market. Here in Philly. African groceries. I should go back across the street so I can show you the pet shop and a bookstore. It's very quaint. Let's see if we can see it. All right, let's do that. A few more steps. Careful of these trolley tracks, they're slippery as hell. It's a nice bookstore. Let's see. Are these woke books or are they regular books? Let's see. Okay. The madness of crowds. Unthinkable. Ordinary hazards. Questlove, he's from Philly. He black. Not a nation of immigrants. The vanishing self. Abolition for the people. The fire is upon us. Original sisters. I don't know, you tell me. Let me tell you what I mean. Okay, so I sense a little feminism here. I sense a little Black Lives Matter. I sense a little bit of other stuff that goes everywhere. This is Pet shop. Usually they have cats at this window. Not right now. This is a Baltimore Avenue pet shop. See what is this? Give you a feel of what goes on here. Zine club makers. Black Lives Matter. Freedom All. Here we go. And the pharmacy, I believe it's open. Might be closed, I'm not sure. Their railings are down. You'll see this a lot too. Help wanted. Not a lot of people wanting to work there at the moment for whatever reason. You get people used to staying home. And they're gonna stay home. That's about it. That's all there is to it. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna make money by staying home? Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, there's a car crossing here. There he is. Some joggers always get out, do their thing. Love to see it, get their heart going. It's almost like the more exercise you do, the more exercise you do, the better day you're gonna have. That's usually the way it goes. But first you have to make the first step of getting up and getting out. If you think you're depressed, you're probably not going to take the initiative even to move. Sometimes just moving up from your chair will make you not want to do anything. But guess what? You owe it to yourself. Demand more from yourself. Expect more from others. How are you going to expect more from others than you do from yourself? Just a quick question. West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground. That's where I spent most of my days. See, again with the windshields up. Just keep going, about a quarter mile left to go. Let's get under here. Come on, get low, get low. Gotta get low, gotta get low, gotta get low, gotta get low. Hi, good morning. I'll keep going. And always lead with politeness. Always. If you lead with politeness, then you can say, well, you know what? I was polite to this person, and this person wasn't polite to me. But if you start with politeness, you could either add more politeness, or then you can just talk casual. It helps. Little life hacks. We're gonna keep going. We're on 46 right now. Like in New York, they don't necessarily shovel right away, so you might have to wait a few days. Good morning. And when that happens, then you'll see people move. You'll see people move. See, that guy got me feeling like I need to jog now. So let me jog a little bit. Look at this tree. It has this. Doesn't it look like Christmas? Wow. Who would have thought? Look at that. That's a great picture right there. Let's keep going. Keep going, keep going. Keep jogging. Keep jogging. Keep going. Keep jogging. She was nice. She was gonna give me the right of way, but I wanted her to keep going. Look at these nice looking houses. Looks like one of those Christmas decorations. We're in Amsterdam. Rainbow flag. Yeah, most people are inside right now, warm, in their living rooms, watching Amazon Prime, watching Netflix, but some people have to get somewhere. You have to do something. You just can't stay inside. You stay inside, you stop using your mind, You gotta move. Hello, good morning. She had a beautiful smile, didn't she? You gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta move. You gotta move. How else are you gonna meet people inside? People are not gonna find you inside the house. You gotta get out and meet life. Just jog a little more. We're almost there. Okay, good morning. See, she didn't say anything, but that's cool. Okay? You don't want to do it with the expectation that someone's going to return it to you, but she did kind of smile. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's enough. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's get behind her. How you doing? We cross right here. We cross right here. Where are we going? Where are we going? Okay. Well, my legs gotta work out. My legs gotta work out. It's different doing small, intermittent jogs than it is in the snow with boots on. Here they are. Than it is playing basketball on a daily basis or every other day. I would say it's almost equivalent as to running in the sand at the beach. Not exactly trail running, but just at the beach, watching the waves. If you haven't done it, do it. Let's see what's behind us. Let's see what's ahead of us. That's the 42 bus, I believe. Yes. Yes. It turned on 42nd and Locust and makes its way back here. If your biggest excuse not for running is that you sweat, guess what? Your pores want you to sweat. That's how it gets rid of its toxins. That's how you regulate the temperature of your body. You have to get out, even if you're living with somebody, even if you're married. Especially if you're married or you're dating somebody for a long period of time. Go out. No one appreciates someone who's there all the time. You have to get out. People miss you more when you're leaving than when you're coming home. I mean, they'll miss you more. They'll like you more when you're coming home than when you're leaving. They'll want you to leave, but then they want you back. But don't rob them of the experience of being away from you by always being there and always being a consistent staple. Don't question me on that. That's just, at this point, it's a fact. You either can believe it or you don't have to believe it, but it's up to you. If you're there all the time, you're not going to be hiding. If you're there all the time, you're not going to be appreciated because you haven't made it a point to be appreciated. Even if it's just for 15 minutes. It should be more than that. But start small. Here's the basketball. That's why you should dunk on people all the time. Here it is. Here's another hoop. Now you can say you saw a Philly basketball court in the snow, or period at all. One thing that you don't see here when it's snowing, but you will see in colder places where it snows a lot more than here, are people, families outside playing. Where are they? They can't be scared of this little snow. All right, I'm about to sign off. About to get back in the car and go home. Cheers. Thank you for being here with me for a short period of time this Saturday morning. Until next time, bye.